What's good, y'all? It's DJ Kuda back at the helm of today's show. Got a lot of game to chop up with y'all on tonight's show. I got 10 tips and tools for you to add to your arsenal. Let's get it, man. We're going to get into the game on tonight's show, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Let's go.
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Kuda.
Tonight we gonna be going in.
On the ones and twos.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Shout outs to NBA Youngboy. It is a Friday night, man. Let's get it.
Tryna hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find how to take. So I'm drinking on egg today. I'ma put up my style. We gon' do a drive-by in the rain. I'ma take it to trial. Pray the Lord I beat the case. That man be calling, I don't do no talk. So get the fuck out of my face. Gotta take in a chopper with $100,000 up in the race. You know I ain't sleeping, you know that I'm with it. I shoot him right up in his face. Three say that I'm tripping, you know that I'm dripping. I'm wrapped this around today. I just bought a brand new watch from God, I ain't put it on yet. I don't care about no bitch, I ain't giving no shit. Spend it all on my home, man. I can put on myself and my car to my house, everything I own it. When they come to that money, you know I ain't staying, I be on it. I just gotta pay my bills.
Now you know you gotta break the brains down a little bit more because they might be celeb.
Pray the Lord I beat the case. I jump out at your house, I ain't shoot from the cone. Ben bought me a bitch, but I really don't want. I don't do no capping, I keep it 100. Right now I'm recording with 10,000 on. He say he want smoke, but I know he don't want. Shoot him and his bitch and I up on his home. You know how I'm feeling, I don't gotta say it. Face air proud, all by my lawn. Tryna hide from the camera. I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find how to take. So I'm drinking on egg today. I'ma put up a star. We gon' do a drive-by in the rain. I'ma take it to trial. Pray the Lord I beat the case.
It's Player Talk Radio, man. Let's get it. It's DJ Kuda. Alright, we are in the building, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Got a lot of stuff to talk about on today's show. Also, we got the 10 tips and tools for you to add to your arsenal when it comes to this game. I'm going to get into them later on in the show. Now, one thing I want to touch on and talk about is Alan Roger Curry and Alpha Male Strategies. Hopefully, these two brothers are on a good page. Now, one thing I've been getting hit up about is the show that I played from Heat and Succeed. Shout out to Heat and Succeed. And it was hilarious. Like how he cut it, that was hilarious, yo. Like I love both of these brothers, but damn, that was funny as shit. And you know, with this game, you know, we talk about a lot of different shit. We also talk about the pimp game, but generally what I talk about is some L7 square shit. You know, for regular people that are jumping into the dating game and they want to have a good monogamous relationship or just date effectively or just know how to treat women or bitches that's out here in the streets. And we keep it really real on this show, so that's a really good thing. And that's a really authentic thing that you need to find when it comes to getting this game. You need to get this game rough, rugged, and raw. That's how you know what I'm saying? That's how you really gonna do shit. Now, see, I used to be a genius, and when I said raw, I was going to play some old dirty bastard. But I ain't going to do that shit tonight, man. I got a lot of shit to chop up on tonight's show, man. So, Alan Roger Curry did respond back to Alpha Male Strategies. We're going to play that on tonight's show. Shout out to Heat and Succeed. I also watched the live stream with O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. Shout outs to O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. It's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. And one thing that I want to talk about, too, on tonight's show is, you know, a little bit about MGTOW. You know, how a lot of those, my bad, y'all. I got some shit going on, so. I did want to talk about, you know, like the MGTOW thing, you know what I'm saying? How a lot of these MGTOW brothers, you know, I fucks with the MGTOW, you know what I'm saying? But I want to teach these brothers to have a little bit of game about their shit, because for real, a lot of that shit's gonna lead y'all to be average frustrated chumps, also known as AFCs, you know what I'm saying? I'm mixing a little bit of pickup with this shit too. You know, you got to be a real versatile nigga when it comes to this game and getting shit that you want out of this game. You'll see later when I explain these 10 tools and, you know, tips to get you the type of girl that you want, things that you need to employ. And these are rules and principles, and these are things that are actually real in the game. You need to learn how to employ these things that I'm going to tell you tonight. It ain't no different from some other shows that I did, but anywho. Alan Roger Curry and Alpha Male Strategies. Let's get into it. You know, let's not waste no time. You know, I know these brothers are probably listening. They're like, okay, what is this nigga talking about? All right, let's get into it, and then we're going to get into the show, and then, you know what I'm saying, you guys can enjoy your Friday and, you know, do whatever you do tonight. So, these 10 tips are going to actually be, I guess what you would call, like, when you're just talking to a girl or trying to get to talk to a girl or get to know that girl. You know what I'm saying? These aren't going to be no tips. And some of these can be used in a relationship. So, on explaining them, I'll make sure I'll interchange them and show you what's going on. All right, man. So, we about almost 7 minutes into this bitch. Let's get it, man. Let's listen to what Alan Roger Curry has to say about alpha male strategies. Let's get it.
Best apps.
And you know they're going to hit me with an ad, man. You know that.
And then have another percentage that's
Let's
free,
get it. Hold on.
which is what I do. I have a percentage.
Let's go back. Hold
Anyway, here's what I'm going to say about AMS. AMS has taken his jabs at me, and I've probably taken 1 or 2 jabs back at him. But he did promote one of my books on his channel, The Beta Male Revolution. He promoted that book on his YouTube channel and encouraged his followers to purchase that ebook, paperback, or audiobook version of that book. But here's where I'm going to take some credit for AMS, man. Back in January, when me and AMS first started going back and forth with each other, I said, man, why do you have a Patreon page if you're doing nothing but free videos? That don't even make sense. I said, if you're going to have a Patreon page, because at the time he had like 19 Patreon followers. 19. That's literally how many he had. He had 19 Patreon followers. And I said, dude, here's what you need to do. You need to have a percentage of your videos just be Patreon exclusive videos. And then have another percentage that's free videos, which is what I do. I have a percentage that's free and a percentage of my videos that are Patreon exclusive videos. And I told him to do the same thing. I said, you need to follow my blueprint, and I guarantee you, the number of Patreon subscribers you attract is going to increase. He actually balked at that at the time. I want to say this was like mid to late January. He was like, oh man, one of the reasons I got tens, thousands of YouTube subscribers is because I give guys advice and information for free, man. I ain't trying to charge people money. One of the reasons why my followers love me is because I give them advice for free. But I was like, then you're not a businessman then. You're just a motherfucker on YouTube talking shit. You're not a businessman. Because I said, if you was a true businessman, then you're going to have a percentage of your videos be pay-per-view or Patreon exclusive. And again, he balked it. This was about back in mid to late January. Guess who followed my blueprint over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks? And now his Patreon page is exploding with subscribers. And he know good and well he needs to give me at bare minimum 50% of the credit, if not more. He needs to give me 50%. Alan Roger Curry.
Damn. He said 50% of the 50%? Damn. Okay.
Deserves at least 50% of credit for his Patreon page. Now this brother got over 200 Patreon subscribers. I don't know how much financial support that translates into because he has that private on his page. If you're on Patreon, you can hide the specific amount of financial support you're receiving from your subscribers, although mine is public. But yeah, I was the first one to tell him, man. I said, you need to have a percentage of your videos be Patreon exclusive. That's the only way you're going to build your Patreon page. And he does that now. Now, about 2/3 of his videos are Patreon exclusive videos. He only does a small percentage of free videos now. And now he got over 200 Patreon subscribers. He needs to do a video today called Thank You, Alan Roger Curry. Thank you. He needs to call me Big Bro. He might even go as far as to call me Dad. Thank you, Dad. Because I'm the one who helped this brother blow up his Patreon page. So AMS, you better not ever take a jab at me again. Ever. You better not ever think about taking a jab at me. Because, dude, you know good and well your Patreon page would not be what it is today if it wasn't for your Uncle Alan Roger Curry giving you that advice back in mid to late January. That you balked at. You was like, oh man, I don't need to charge people money. The reason my followers love me is because I'm giving them advice for free. Yeah, you ain't giving no free advice no more. I see your little Patreon exclusive videos you doing now at $1 a pop or $5 a pop. Shoot, you ain't doing no more free videos, exclusively free videos. So, yeah, man. Alan Roger Curry, again, deserves at least 50% of the credit for that shit.
Nobody.
Alright, these niggas playing around. He said 50%. He said 50%. You dig? 50%. What do y'all think, man? I know some of y'all over here, like, what do y'all think? 50%? Do you think Alan Roger Curry deserves 50%? Also, Alpha Male Strategies dropped a video a minute ago on how to handle your haters. So let's get into that, and then we're going to get into this good game. Let's go. Shout outs to Alpha Male Strategies.
Alright, guys. So my last video, which was not on the topic of getting ass, which was more like a life coach video, but since it did so well, of course I'm gonna do another one. Since y'all responded so well to my last video, I said shit, I'll do some more. And if y'all guys want me to talk about more like life lessons and shit like that, write down the questions in the comments or whatever, and I'll make a video on it. I ain't really know you guys wanted videos like this, but guys, I done lived a lot and I done been through a lot, so I can pretty much give you advice on everything. I done lived like 4 lives and back. Like, if y'all guys knew my history, you guys would be fucking surprised. I done been through hell and back 4 times. Well, today, I'm here to talk about haters. All right, guys.
And we all have, man. That's a big part of having this game. Any nigga with some game will tell you this. Real shit. Let's get it.
So, with this, I want you guys to know something. If you don't have haters, you ain't doing something right. Okay? If you don't got nobody that's fucking hating, that fucking hate your guts because of the success you're having, you ain't doing something right, guys. You are not doing something right. It's 2 things that always stuck out to me in the Bible. And I don't know what you guys' religion is or whatever, but I'm Christian. But I'm going to tell you 2 things that's always stuck out to me in the Bible. That's female manipulation with Adam and Eve, how the serpent went up to Eve and convinced her to talk Adam into eating the apple, because the serpent knew a female could manipulate a man into doing whatever she wanted to do, and Cain killing Abel. Why? Killed his own brother. Why?
And we talked about that. You have to go to my show. What is the name of that show? We done so much shows and got so much game. What is the name of that fucking show? It's on my page, nigga. Scroll down. But we talked about Eve and how what's symbolic between women and the peculiar relationship women have with snakes. The symbolicness of it. We talked about it on the show. Let's get it.
Why?
Yeah, we talked about how Satan knew the correct, because Satan was a shape. See, what y'all don't understand, Satan was a shapeshifter, so he knew the correct shape and patina to go at. You know when you plan something where motherfuckers be like, premeditated murder. Oh, he planned it. Oh, this mastermind. The devil was the same way. He planned to come at Eve a certain way, say something, and get it. It's the same game. So let's get it.
Because of fucking jealousy. Killed his own fucking brother because of jealousy. So guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something a little personal about me. I think I said it before in one.
Hey, you a dumb motherfucker to think Satan didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
On my live cast, so I'll say it again. I haven't talked to my brothers in almost 10 fucking years. Because all my life growing up, they were just jealous of me. All my life growing up, guys, I always was able to pretty much get any girl I want. Even when I was in school, when I was playing basketball, when I was the fucking star of the basketball team, football team, my brothers always just fucking hated my fucking guts. You know, they love me, but then they hate me at the fucking same time. I always got all the fucking attention, all right? So when I tell y'all guys this shit, I've been banging chicks. It was just off of pure lust. It wasn't that I used no special game or strategies and shit like that. It was just pure, girls found me attractive. I want to fuck him. And that's why I had going. And also I was like playing sports and shit in school too. All through my life I had to deal with that shit. Until one point at about the age of 27, 28, I cut my brothers off. Love them or not, I cut my brothers off. I haven't talked to them since. Because I got to a point where I say, you know what, brothers or no brothers, these motherfuckers hate my motherfucking guts. They've been jealous of me all my fucking life. And I had just got to a point in my life to where I said, brother, no brother, I'm not finna be hanging around guys that don't fucking genuinely like me. They love me, you know, if something happened to me, they love me, but they were just jealous of me. Been jealous of me ever since I was fucking little. And I remember my grandmama telling me when I was about 14, and it didn't comprehend, she just told me, she said, your brothers are fucking jealous of you. And you know, it didn't comprehend then, but she told me then, she like, your brothers are fucking jealous of you. She could see it because they was like title, because they kind of like pushed me as the outcast, like we got to band together against this nigga right here. So she saw it then, and it took me fucking like 14 more years to catch up to what she was telling me then, that these motherfuckers really are jealous of me. They really are. And I got to a point where I say, you know, brother, no brother, I'm done with this shit. So guys, one thing I want you to know how to handle these motherfuckers. Guys, you ignore haters. I ignore my brothers. Now, I'm in New York and they in Alabama, so I don't see them. But even if I was down there, I still wouldn't have nothing to say to them. All right? You ignore haters. You smile at them first, and they should bring you some type of enjoyment. Because understand, guys, you only get haters if you're doing something right. Nobody just hates you just for breathing out. They got to hate you for something.
Hold on, my bad, y'all. I gotta get this sound shit right. And that's the truth. Niggas hate up. They don't hate down. You understand what I'm saying? You hate up. You don't hate down. You don't hate someone that's not doing shit. If they're not doing shit, they ain't got shit for you to hate on. But if they doing shit or they, you know what I'm saying, they got something going on and somebody knows about it, they gonna hate on that. And the crazy thing about the internet now is that it creates this hate. So somebody doesn't have to necessarily express their opinion to you to be hating on you, if you understand what I'm talking about. Real shit.
Successful at something. You're doing something better than they're doing something. They ain't just hating you just because. They're hating you because of your success at something. All right? Whether it's making money, whether it's women, whether it's how popular you are, they ain't just hating just.
When somebody hates on you, that's when they take their eyes off of their lawn to look at yours. You understand what I'm saying? People take their eyes off of their lawn to look at yours. People plate watching. Oh, look at him. What he got on his plate? Oh, that nigga got steak on his plate. Damn, Bill. What you got on your plate? Oh, ramen noodles. Oh, Bill. Bill, you done fucked up, Bill. You need steak on your plate. How you got steak on his plate and you ain't got steak on your plate? Y'all be in the same spots? Y'all work somewhere or do something?
It's for the hell of hating. They hating because it's something that you have that they don't have. All right? So be happy at that you're doing something right. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing something. You're accomplishing.
Who that nigga? Why he got steak on his plate? Why he feel he can have steak on his plate? Oh damn, he just gonna cut the steak like that? Oh, he just gonna twirl that steak in your face like that? Oh nigga. Oh, he done hit that steak with the A1 sauce. Oh, that nigga playing with that steak. Oh, what you doing with your noodles over there? Look, focus on your noodles over there.
Some type of success if you have haters. If you don't have no haters, if you watch this video right now, you like, man, I don't have no haters. That's because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. Because if you making money, if you banging chicks, it's people that want to kill you just because you successful, just because you're banging hot chicks. It's guys that literally want to fucking kill you right now.
And if you laughed at that, I'm sorry. Player Talk Radio got haters like shit. Let's get it.
If you are making money, you probably don't know it. Maybe you ain't paid attention to it. But it's some guys that's walking around you right now that if you're making more money than them, they want to fucking kill you. They probably ain't gonna do it because they don't want to go to jail. But hey, if you died in a car accident, hey, tough luck, buddy. You know, so I want you guys to understand that haters are a sign of success. So take that with a pride of accomplishment. And I'm gonna tell you something else, guys, about this. How long has LeBron James been in the NBA? 15 years, right? For 15 fucking years, Skip Bayless has been bashing that man every fucking day on ESPN and now Fox Sports News. For 15 fucking years, every damn time the show come on, they have a LeBron segment. And for 15 years, this man has bashed him. Have y'all ever seen LeBron James even say Skip Bayless' name? I want y'all to think about this. Have y'all ever even seen him pay acknowledgement to Skip Bayless? But let's take a look at Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley say something, he responds. Well, why does he respond to Charles Barkley and not Skip Bayless? What's the difference? He respects Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is an NBA Hall of Famer, respected basketball player.
And that's crazy. That's a really good analogy right there. And you know what a lot of people really don't know, and you're going to get this game from Player Talk Radio. You know, you have to expect like you only hate on people that you gave an eye to and expect things from. What he says is that he respects Charles Barkley, and what he means by that is respect is, see, a lot of people don't know, respect is admiration and fear. You admire somebody so much to the point that you fear them. And then what happens is that fear that, you know, probably by what they can do or what they're capable of, you admire them for that. So they have your respect. So that was a great analogy. And at the same time, you have to take this with you as a grain of salt when someone's hating on you. They actually respect you, or they're in position to respect you, or it's just the complete opposite. So let's get it.
Skip Bayless ain't did shit but fucking be a journalist and talk on ESPN. He doesn't respect Skip Bayless. That's why he gives him no response. All right? Jay-Z, he made a diss track to Nas, Mobb Deep, and then some other guys. And on there, he dissed Mobb Deep, and then on there, he dissed Nas. And then at the end of the song, he said, I'm only going to give the rest of you motherfuckers half a bar. Fuck you niggas. I don't even respect y'all enough to give y'all own bars or song. He said, I'm only going to give y'all, rest of y'all niggas a half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. He responded to Nas, and he responded to Mobb Deep because he respected them. They had album sales. Those other motherfuckers, y'all are nobodies. So I'm not going to respond to y'all. So I'm going to give y'all half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas. That was on the Blueprint album. All right? So the point being that it's dating coaches on YouTube that's hating on me. Guys, go look at my fucking views. I want y'all to just stop a second and go look at my views. It ain't too many dating coaches on YouTube who get my views. But you're not going to see Corey Wayne talking shit about me, are you? All right? You're not going to see Tripp's Advice talking shit about me. Well, why is that? Why is that? Because they're successful.
And shout outs to Trip Advice, man. Trip is a really cool dude. I'm starting to get really hip to Trip. But yeah, and both of these gentlemen, they just did a show not too long ago. So go over to Trip Advice's page and get that game. Let's get it.
Successful, and they're doing their own thing. They not worried about what AMS is doing over here. But you got all these other dating coaches on here, and I don't care what they did in their past. Well, nobody give a f. I don't care what you did in your past. We talking about 2018. I don't care how many books you done wrote. I don't care, what all you accomplished. I'm talking about 2018, what you doing today. These other dating coaches getting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views of video. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to respond to haters. I don't respect them. They are nobodies. All right? That's how you handle haters. I'm not going to respond or acknowledge nobodies. If Corey Wayne made a video and said something about me, I'll make a response video. I respect Corey Wayne. Look at his views. Look at his subscribers. I'm not finna respond to guys who are beneath me. They're beneath me. So it won't be no response video. I'm not even gonna say their name no more. They're not even worthy of me saying their name nobody. They are nobodies. All right? That's how you handle haters. You don't acknowledge them. What haters want is for you to acknowledge them. That makes them feel like they're somebody. Skip Bayless would be doing backward flips if LeBron James even ever mentioned his name. It'll be the highlight of his life. All right? One of the reasons he hates on LeBron so much is because LeBron has never acknowledged him. You're insignificant to me. I'm not even going to fucking say your name. You haven't done enough to even to make me even want to say your name. I'm not going to respond to you. Charles Barkley say something. The next day, he got a response to Charles Barkley. He respects Charles Barkley. All right? So for all you guys that want me to respond to dating coaches who's throwing shots at me, this, that, and the other, whatever, I'm not finna respond to guys who get 1/10 of my fucking views if they're lucky. All right? I'm not finna respond to that. If there's a dating coach that's out there that y'all guys know that get more views than me, write their name down there and I go check the video out and they'll get a response. All right? They worthy of a response. I can respect them if they getting my type of views. If they getting 2,000, 3,000 views, they losers and I'm not going to acknowledge them. They beneath me. They only making videos about me because they want daddy to get them some attention. That's what haters do. They want daddy to get them some attention, They want daddy to rub them on the head. It's going to be okay,
Damn.
They want some attention, guys. You ignore haters. You don't acknowledge haters. But be proud of them because they only hating on you because you're doing something right. If right now you don't got no haters, you need to step your game up. All right, whatever you're doing. If you're on the lumber yard and you don't got no fucking guys out there who fucking hate you, well, you need to start throwing more lumber or something because, the guy, if you was doing something out there, guys would be hating on you. The fact that you have no haters let you know you ain't really doing something. You need to step your game up. All right? So haters are a symbol of success, guys. I just thought you guys know that. And another thing, any of you guys want me to make some more like life coaching videos and shit like that off the topic of pussy and shit like that, since I seen the last video do very well and guys were very, very responsive to it. Guys, I got a lot of knowledge on every damn thing. I done been through a whole fucking life. I'd probably be a better life coach than I am a fucking dating coach, quite frankly. All right? So just write those comments down below and I'll check it out and I'll go through them or whatever. But I just want you guys to know, don't acknowledge haters, but they are a symbol of your success. Like, comment, subscribe, holler back.
And that's some real shit. I see another joint. It says, of the mystery of her intuition. We might have to check that out. Shout outs to Black Ram 313, man. Shout outs to Alpha Male Strategies, man. Alright, man, we almost a half an hour into this shit. Hey, look, what we gonna do, we're gonna get into the mix. And then we're gonna come back, we're gonna drop the game. And then we might get into that Black Ram video. I'm thinking about fucking with that Black Ram video. Let's get it, man. It's Player Talk Radio. It's DJ Kuda. We are in the building. Let's go.
You just been cracked in the head with another DJ Young Kuda exclusive.
Alright, man. Look. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into the mix. And then we just gonna take it from there. Alright, so let's get it. It's Player Talk Radio. Shout out to that boy Key. Bro, you know we kick shit, man. Let's get it, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Let's go.
know you gotta break the game down a little bit more, because they might be slow.
Hey. I do get right, you shit. Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I do get right, you shit. Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do get I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do.
You're now in the mix with the young DJ Cuda.
Tonight we gon' be going in.
All this fucking money I'm throwing.
Let's get it.
On Player Talk Radio.
Brought your bitch to the trap house. Okay, we fucking in that bitch like it ain't no trap house. Okay, police can come at any fucking time. Okay, but she don't care, she just wanna lose her mind. Okay, it's Fat Man Key, I wrote the game. Okay, it's Fat Man Key, I took your chain. Okay, I humble from them bed like Notre Dame. Okay, I'm bowling like I went to Notre Dame. All the shit we been through, I think we deserve it. I fuck up all the fifis on purpose. Okay, I do get right, you shit. Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I do get right, you shit. Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do get I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do get Scorpion with that dope, I'm like, get over here. Bicycle kicking with your overs, yeah. Sub-Zero 30 make a nigga free.
Damn, son.
I'm allergic to the letters where they make me speak. I don't ask you who I gotta say and please.
Damn, son.
I get what I want and everything I need.
You just been cracked in the head with another DJ Young Cuda exclusive.
I'm a stand-up nigga, so she on the knees. Get your bands up, nigga, before you talk to me. Got them things marching like the FAMU. No snakes in the grass, but they'll never eat. I don't get shorty, you can pussy like a beat. I do get right, you shit. Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I do get right, you shit.
You know you gotta break.
Fight my fist, how you kick shit? I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do. I kick shit, I kick shit. I'm kicking shit. I do.
Email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. Let's get it. This is my favorite song. Shout outs to OG Macko and shout outs to Key. Let's get it, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Check the lyrics out, man. For real, though.
I just learned how to control my dreams, so I can kill you every time. I just call her over when I need, so I can kill her every time. I don't know why I do just what I do, but I know you'll probably do it too. How you know? Cause you're people I never see that mouth on her that really deserve awards. Ass on her, I think she mixed with a horse. And she in a Benz, she never drove in a car. Got her own money with another nigga car. I ain't never met her if you need to tell her that I'm looking tired of waking up without a bitch in my kitchen cooking. Try to learn a bitch, but the bitch just keep playing hooky. She just want the fame, she don't know my life a fucking more. Come fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. It be lovely, fuck with me, fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. Baby lovely, trust me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. It be lovely, trust me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. It be lovely, trust me, man won't treat you right. tonight. Overthinking about you tonight. I don't know exactly what you do, but I know you ain't living true. How you know? Cause you're right here with me. She got a mouth on her, no teeth, I just felt the gums. Ass on her, I can't wait to meet her mom. And she killing hoes like she strapped up with a bomb. Let me rob her ex, cause the nigga did her wrong. I ain't never met her, if you need to tell her that I'm looking tired of waking up without a bitch in my kitchen cooking. Try to learn a bitch, but the bitch just keep playing hooky. She just want the fame, she don't know my life a fucking movie. Come fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. If you love her, ladies, trust me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me, come fuck with me. If you love her, ladies, trust me.
Alright, this Player Talk Radio. We are back. Alright, so let's get into it. 10 tips and tools from Player Talk Radio to add to your arsenal. Go get you a pencil, go get you a paper, go get you a notebook or whatever. So okay. Hold on. Let me make some shit right. Hold on. Give me 1 second before I get into this. Give me 1 second. It's only right. Alright, so. Alright, tool number one. Okay. Tool number one. One thing you need to add to your arsenal when you're out or you're just, with a, with your, woman or just with a woman. Is to, the woman that you're trying to get attracted to you, is to paint a reasonable scenario. And what you want to do when you paint this reasonable scenario is you want to give her an incentive to be attracted to you. And what you're doing is essentially when you're painting this reasonable scenario, for example, if she helped you do something small, let her know that it means a lot to you, whether it's small or big or something. If she helps you do something, let her know that, it means a lot to you and that she really did a good deed. Like, you let her know that you, really appreciate whatever that she did for you, and you insist on, getting lunch or, hanging out or going out to go get some drinks. You insist on rewarding her for, what she's given to you. You take the frame of the transaction and you kind of put it in your favor. And people will be like, oh, that don't work, but you have to know how to pull it off. Women constantly pat themselves on the back by doing like simple shit, so you have to do the same and add character to the attraction by being teasing and playfully complimenting her. So you have to be saying certain things. You guys have to know the power of saying statements and things like that, like, oh my god, you're so helpful, you must get all the boys. You have to be able to playfully tease her. She just helped you, you told her she's so helpful, and then you accuse her. You're like, yo, you must get all the boys. That's what that's doing is demonstrating high value, because what's happening is that you're telling her something about herself. It's coming from a higher status position. You understand what I'm saying? The simp's not gonna say that. So you're like, oh my god, damn, look at you, you're so helpful, you must get all the boys, huh? Boom. Simple shit. You just let that shit out. Somebody that don't know you, come on. So, sometimes, for example, you have to say, sometimes you just gotta paint a picture. You gotta be like, either you must really like me or just helpful by nature. Either way, I like you. You're a good-spirited person. Those are hard to find these days. When you say statements like that, like, you have to mean it, though. You have to be in character. It has to be a response. So she does something for you, be like, either you must really like me or just be helpful by nature, but either way, I like you. You're a good-spirited person. Those are the hardest types to find these days. What you're doing is you're making a whole bunch of statements that you deem true because you confidently said it, and then what happens is you end it with a relatable, agreeable ending. That's your ending is really what's you have beginning, middle, and end with this whole thing. So hold on, give me 1 second. You have beginning and middle and end with this whole thing. So a lot of times when you say something like that conveys attraction or something like that, a lot of times because a lot of you dudes, what happened is you don't want to come off as creepy. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of you dudes are going to be saying this to people that you do not know. So what happens is, if you don't want to come off as creepy, some dudes, this is the type of game they employ. Or you could just be straightforward. If you don't want to come off as creepy, you have to learn how to sneak messages in what you're saying. And at the same time, she could pick up on it or she can't pick up on it. You understand what I'm saying? Or you might get blown out of the water. Either or, you have to take the chance. You have to always be willing to take the L. So sometimes you gotta, say, sometimes when she does something for you, you gotta be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, you just earned major points with me. You understand what I'm saying? You're giving the value. And you have to play with those responses. Sometimes if she does something good for you or she helped you out or did something or just something small, you can say, oh, are you always this helpful or am I just lucky? You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of you have to put your foot in the door for actual attraction. Because a lot of times when you don't convey anything, what happens is you run the risk of her, friend zoning you or thinking that, you guys won't be nothing more than friends. So that's number one. So just play around with those responses and see what you get and see what you come up with and see what type of responses you get. Because these are invitations to actual attraction or her having actual attraction for you. Another thing you need to do is with your conversation is you need to have a conversation, number one, but you need to learn how to multi-thread. And what multi-thread is you need to know how to bounce from certain topics to certain topics or know how to link certain topics to other topics. This is transitioning, but at the same time, you can talk about one topic for 5 minutes and then bounce back to another topic for another, or a relatable topic, or bounce back to a topic that you opened before for another 5 minutes. Next minute, you're building 10 minutes of valuable attraction. So when you ask her questions, you need to not ask her questions without intent. You need to have intent behind every question that you ask. Whether you're testing her or whether you're judging her or whatever you're doing, you need to have intent behind the questions that you're asking, and you need to know what to do with the responses behind that intent of you asking those questions. And each question that you ask, you have to have a conversation for and know the depth of that convo that you're going to be initiating. So when she's expressing herself, you can see where in the conversation she's at. So you need to know the extreme of a certain conversation, the middle of a certain conversation, and the beginning, which you will be initiating that conversation. So you have to know your angles of how you're conversing with people. And this comes with having many different conversations and dialoguing. So don't ask them questions without having intent behind each question and knowing the depth of the convo. So that's number 2. Number 3, I hope you guys are writing these down. And if you don't write it down, replay it. Number 3 is ask open-ended questions. You need to ask open-ended questions that cannot simply be asked with a yes or a no. You need to ask questions that will have her explain herself or explain her answers of these questions that you're asking her. And different questions will give you different answers, and different answers will give you an insight as into who she really is, not who she's trying to tell you that she is or display that she is. A lot of these questions that I will give to you guys in the future will show somebody's true nature. I will tell you how to ask this question. I will tell you what responses you may get, and I will tell you what to do with those responses. But that's some other game. So when you ask her open-ended questions, you have to let her tell you vital information to teach you how to catch her. And what I mean by letting her tell you vital information to teach you how to catch her, the information that she's giving you in these questions have content about herself or her thoughts on herself. So you need to let her tell you how to teach you how to catch her by her if she is attracted to you. Women's favorite topics are themselves. And that's what you want. You want her, which is herself. So you need to understand what she's saying when she's explaining herself to you. And you need to also use discernment. Because like I said, a lot of times they will tell you they're one way, but they're not one way. They're completely a whole different way. So you have to learn how to use discernment and concernment. But discernment, because what happens is she'll say something that typically all women will say. And this comes with experience and knowledge on what you're talking about. So when you're talking to her in the beginning of studying this game, you will express things off the sole point that you heard it on the show and then thought you would go out and try it. And the thing is that it's not about hearing it on the show and going out and try it. What happens is when you go out and try it, you will say it a certain way, and it's not gonna have the same effect that it needs to have until you really actually come to a realization as to what you're doing. So when you ask these questions, and a lot of times I hate to say it right now, I would like to talk to people that's more intermediate because they understand what I'm talking about, or they can just, really pick up on what I'm saying. When you ask these questions, you have to have real intentions behind why you ask these questions. You have to really show a side of you that's curious to know about her. It makes no sense you walking up to a girl, approaching her, or showing interest in her, and you really don't. Some dudes do it. Some dudes is like, well, nigga, I don't care about all that shit. I'm just trying to get some sex. Cool. But what I'm saying is that you need to display curiosity while you're asking her these open-ended questions. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to say, and then ask the question. Sometimes you got to be like, oh, really? After she gives you an answer, say, oh, really? So, and then you spring an open-ended question. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you can ask her a question like, what's your sign? I'm a Gemini. Oh, really? Yeah. So what type of things do Geminis do? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to really... That wasn't a great question, but like I said, you have to really understand what you're asking, and you have to really have intentions behind why you're asking this certain question, and really listen to her answer. Really listen to her answer. And what I say is really listen to her answer is really know who and what you're dealing with. Motherfuckers are strangers. You don't know people. So really listen to her answer. So that's number 3. Number 4, hope you guys are still taking your notes. Do not be afraid to make bold statements here and there. You need not to be afraid to make bold statements here and there. So sometimes, and be playful with it. Don't be like, accusatory, but you have to accuse somebody. Sometimes, but there's a way of doing things. That's what I'm saying. Know what you want to do, and then do it in a certain way that you know that is properly used in. So when I say don't be afraid to make bold statements here and there, what I mean is usually accuse them, but playfully. And what I mean by that, because both words are subjective, everything is subjective when it comes to the game. Sometimes when she says something, you got to respond and be like, "Oh damn, you're one of them." You like, "Oh damn, you're one of those girls." You know what I'm saying? You're that type of girl, and accuse her of being that. And what you're doing is, when you ask her a question, sometimes you got to playfully say, "And I'm judging." So if you say, "Who's your favorite R&B artist?" and I'm judging, it kind of gives a playful edge to it. But going back to saying, "Oh damn, you're one of those girls," what you want to say, the way you want to say it is accusatory. You want to actually accuse her when you say it. "Oh damn, you one of those girls." And if she's not one of those girls, if she's attracted to you, she will explain to you why she's not one of those girls. And in return, with her doing that, what she will be doing is qualifying herself to you. She's going to go out of her way to explain how she's not one of those girls and how you shouldn't look at her that way, and really try to tell you something about herself. So that's another tool you guys need to add to your arsenal. So you have to be playful. This is not something, she may get a little bit serious, but you have to be playful. Just be like, "No, I'm playing with you. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you." And you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to say, like if she says she's a Pisces, I'm just using zodiac signs for examples. If she says she's a Pisces, say, "Oh, no wonder." You know what I'm saying? You see how I said it? It's like, "Oh, damn. No wonder." She's going to be like, "What you mean by that?" "Oh, nothing." And then you just be playful. Don't be afraid to make bold statements. And a lot of times too, what you guys don't understand is that this is not the first time she's responded to something like that. And when she's responding to something like that, her emotions will put her in a state of familiarity with how she's going to be responding to that, because an ex may have said that, or somebody she's attracted to may have acted like that, or do things like that. If you are going to be attracted, if you want to come off as attractive to somebody, you have to act attractive or do things that are attractive. So you really have to understand what you're doing, or what you're trying to convey, or how to flow with a conversation and turn it into what you need it to turn into to get what you want, which is what everybody does. So another example, sometimes you have to put your attractiveness for her in the past. So when you make certain statements, you have to say, "You know what? Sometimes you gotta just blurt shit out, just say shit." Sometimes you gotta be like, "You know what?" Like if it's somebody that you're trying to get attracted to, but it's how you say it. So don't take this for face value how I'm gonna say it, but just how you say it is gonna work. Sometimes you can be like, "You know what? I used to like cute girls like you when I was in high school, but then when I got older, I realized they play too much games or they're too much trouble." So, and then sometimes she'll respond to that, but you have to follow that up with, "Why does every girl say they are not the same?" And you can always use that as an opener too. Let me ask you a question. Like, what? Why does every girl say that they're not the same? That's a cool opener. That can lead to all kinds of different conversation. Oh, because maybe she's feeling lonely. Oh, well, why are women lonely? Like, do you feel lonely sometimes? You can flip it. You can finesse it. You got to learn how to really talk. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you can another what's another one? Another past attraction statement, or just like fun statement to make if you want to get somebody attracted to you, where there's like a vibe there, but you want to kind of break the mold to kind of just be a little edgy. Because all the shit that I'm talking about on tonight's show is like cocky, funny kind of type shit. So another thing you can be like, you know, you could just tell her, like, she does something randomly and she's like, oh, I don't like that, or I don't like you, or playing around with you and being playful. Sometimes you can be like, I mean, you like me, but you just acting dumb right now. Like, people don't say shit like that. How do you respond to shit like that? You like me, you just acting dumb right now. So I'm gonna brush that off. Like, if she does something, just be like, you know what, I'm gonna brush that off because I know you like me, but you just acting dumb right now. You can use it. You can interchange it. Oh, girl, you like me, you just acting dumb right now. You can always play around with certain different things. So that's number 4. Don't be afraid to make bold statements here and there. Another thing you can do is, and a real good thing, I'm sorry, I mean, I don't have too much on this because me, myself, is getting better at it because I have a lot of them. Storytelling. You can storytell. And when you tell her a story, you want to tell her a cool, funny story about you. I will even go as far as to say, is you guys have, you know, notebooks and paper in your hand right now, go to the next page and write a story about you, but revise it many times. Write a great story about you that's, you know, painting you in a great light, or, you know, showing humility is funny, or sometimes the hook to the story could be a life lesson. Sometimes the hook to the story could be, you're basically writing a mini movie. And what I want you to do is to memorize it. And after you memorize it, start telling it to friends and just testing it out and tweak it a little bit and just learn how to tell a great story that paints you in a great light, makes you a likable person, and pick up books on it. You know, learn how to storytell, pick up books on it to get her interested into you. You know, when you, and sometimes it's good to like let your friend learn this. If you get a wingman or somebody, let them learn it, so when they tell that story about you, it's more powerful because it's by proxy. It's not from you, so you don't run the risk of you seeming like you're bragging or something like that. That's another good thing to do. So storytell and paint yourself in a good light to make you more relatable and build content, because a lot of times you will be surprised that people will go through the same things and have a similar story, or was caught in the same exact situation, but you handled it different, and they kind of like how you handled it versus how they handled it. So it just makes you a more likable person to know how to storytell. So number 5 is storytelling. One more thing that you need to add to your arsenal is number 6, cold reading. You need to know how to cold read somebody, whether you know them or not, or whether you're attracted to them or not. Practice cold reading. Take your observations of her to the next level. What types of shoes does she wear? What's her style? How does she speak or carry herself? Is she quiet or to herself, or is she the one that's social or around everybody and everybody face? How is her behavior? Does she behave different around different people? Things like that. Even while talking to her, you need to cold read the things that she says, but not judge her. Just wonder about it until you can link one or two together. Okay, she says that she is a church girl, but she got tattoos all over her body, and you met her at Magic City, and you're talking to her on a Saturday, but somehow y'all got into a conversation about how you guys are going to be at church tomorrow. So is she really a church girl or is she just bullshitting? See, you need to learn how to really link one or two together, which is a terrible example, but cold read. So she's bullshitting. She's bullshitting. She's not a church girl to the point that she's going to choose money over God. So she bullshitting. For real. Anywho, number 7. Number 7, compliance tests. You got to do compliance tests. A lot of you dudes don't know when someone's attracted to you, or you just don't pick up on certain signs. So to test someone's attractiveness to you or cooperation with you, what you need to do is do and run compliance tests. Stop being on dates and being at the mercy of whatever this bitch does. You need to be running your own shit. Literally. So if you want to see if she's attracted to you or she likes you and things like that, or if you've built enough attraction but you just want to test it to see if it's there, or if she just likes you, open your hand to her and see if she puts her hand in your hand. Like if you open your hand, does she put her hand in your hand? Because it's like a knee-jerk reaction. It's a natural response. If I open my hand to her hand and she puts her hand in my hand, you ain't gonna put your hand in no shit you don't trust. She trusts you. She puts her hand in your hand. Then you lead her across the street. So don't just open your hand, then she puts her hand in your hand, and then now you being awkward, and then she takes her hand out of your hand and like snatches it back or whatever. So that's a compliance test. She's attracted to you. Another compliance test is tell her to come here, but use your finger and finger towards yourself. And if she comes over to you, does she come over to you? You gotta be like, come here, or just, you don't even have to mention, just do the finger motion. And if she comes to you, she's attracted to you. You can do this when you meet somebody. If you're in a club and you've made eyes with somebody for a minute, and you go over to the bar and just be like, you look her dead in the eye across the room and say, come here. She'll come over to you. Now, you don't want to really do this at the bar, because she could either come over to you because she wants a drink, or she could, because they're thinking about, she got to think about the walk that she's taking. You understand what I'm saying? And if you by the bar, she going, oh, this nigga can get me a drink. Don't do that. But if you see her, be in a certain spot in the club, I'll tell you where to position yourself or certain things like that. You tell her to come here. Then she'll come over to you, and she'll value a conversation with you instead of you being at the bar and you having to buy a drink to talk to somebody. You don't want to do that. And you don't want to buy drinks for people. Not like that. I will tell you what to do with that situation later on. So another thing you can do is hold her hands. If you're holding hands with somebody, let go. And when you let go, if she's still holding on to your hand, like kind of release your hand a little bit, not jerk or do nothing, just release your hand. If she's still holding on to your hand, she trusts you, and she is in full compliance with you. So you need to learn how to run compliance tests. If her feet are pointed towards you, she's interested in you. And yes, compliance tests are IOIs. Compliance tests are IOIs. So, all right, let's get straight into it. Number 8, train your mind to be congruent with your actions and words. And things like this can take some warming up. So people will be like, oh, you study pickup, or you're because they use labels and shit. Oh, you're a player. Oh, you're a Mac. Oh, you're a pimp. Oh, you're a MGTOW. Oh, you're all these other different labels that they try to, label themselves as. What they think is that, okay, you're just going to walk up to the first girl and just pull her. No. That's not going to happen. Sometimes, or sometimes you guys think when you go out this Friday night tonight, you guys going to go out and go approach women. What's going to happen is sometimes you have to have warm-up women. And warm up women, this is sometimes where I tell you guys to use the scale of 1 to 10. You can go approach some 6s, some 7s, and then it warms you up. It warms you up. Because once you've been approaching people all night, you get into this mode where you're just going to know what to say. You're going to roll up on her. Shit going to be just quick. Cool. Just real quick. You just know what to say. Because you said it to the last 10 women. It's a numbers game. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, if you're out approaching or sarging tonight, shout out to the pickup community. If you're out sarging tonight, what you're gonna really be doing is you're gonna be running routines. You're gonna have routines, or you're gonna be situational, which is freestyling. You don't have routines, but you got certain gambits and tools, techniques, and things that you use. Because these situations are going to arise. So you have tools and techniques to that, or conversation to get her to these tools and techniques, depending on how you run your game. Because everybody's running game. So you need to train your mind to be congruent with your actions and words. So if you've been dating somebody for a while and you want to tell them that, okay, I like you, or you're on a date with somebody, you can't be like, well, I didn't want to say nothing because I like you. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be like, well, you want to come from a judging perspective. Well, you know what I'm saying? We've been hanging out, we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. I really like you. I just want to see where this is gonna go. Boom. What do you mean where this is gonna go? Well, I want to be more than just friends. Or not. Don't say more than just friends. You don't want to use that. Just say, well, I want to be more to you. I don't want us to be spending all this quality time together, and it will be a shame that that we can't be more. Or that's terrible. This is terrible. I'm on an off night tonight. But what I'm saying is that you wanna display. You want to be congruent with the energy that you're displaying towards this person. Especially if you're on a date and you guys don't know each other. You want to be more direct with the energy with your actions. You don't want to be out of state, what they will call it. When you're out of state, you want to be more congruent. You want to say, you want to say hell yeah with more enthusiasm instead of hell yeah. You want to be like, man, hell yeah. You want to say something with conviction. You want to run your game with conviction. You want to say certain things. And not even just running game. You want to mean it. So that's number 8. Train your mind to be congruent with your actions and words. Number 9. Use the progression model. I cannot explain that to you more than I have been explaining that to you. Use the progression model. Here on Player Talk Radio, we have a progression model that we use, and this is naturally how things go. And we talked about it before, and this is going to be a key element to your game. You need to write these down. The progression model is approach, transition, build attraction, qualify, build comfort, and then seduce. That's it. And a lot of times when you meet people, you start off in either or of these sections. So when you approach somebody, you want to say, hey, whatever. Approach into a transition. I say approach into a transition. You want to approach, transition into a regular conversation. And when you transition into a regular conversation, you want to build attraction. This is when she becomes more conscious that, okay, this person walked up to me, and then now we're actually speaking. While she's conversing with you, depending on what you're conversing on, she will actually start looking at you like, okay, who is this person? What is this person talking about? Or is what we're talking about interesting? This will go off in her head, and a lot of times you have to build attraction. What are you saying right now? So you build attraction. And what you guys are going to do is qualify each other. So you walk up to somebody, you start talking to them, You build attraction, then qualify each other. Oh, what school do you go to? Oh, I go to such and such. Oh, what's such and such? Oh, okay, such and such, such and such. You qualify each other. Where do you live? Oh, I live on this such and such side of town. Oh, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. You guys are qualifying each other. And you're still building attraction while you're qualifying each other. And those are IOIs also. And then what you want to do is build comfort. You want to build a sense of familiarity. You want her to feel more familiar with you, like you're relatable. Oh, this person's cool, or I like this person, or this, that, and the third. And once you build comfort, that's when you seduce. And then after seduce, when you guys do you do, and then y'all get into a relationship or whatever happens, all you're doing is building comfort and seduce, building comfort and seduce, building comfort and seduce, building comfort and seduce. Easy. Simple. And this progression model is what naturally happens. So it's not like it's some shit that you just came up with. It's just you're showing leadership. Okay, well, I approached her. She's cool. Let me see this, that, and the third. Then you get into a transition. Then you transition into a conversation. And after you converse, you naturally build attraction. After you build attraction, you guys qualify each other. You know, become familiar with each other. Then boom. And number 10, finally, have fun. Having fun is underrated. Smile more. Sometimes overly laugh. Be you. Show confidence. Have fun. Don't be too serious. Number 11. I'm going to throw in a bonus one. Practice humility. Don't take yourself or women too seriously. People are, like, these days, and this is another reason for the show, is people are barely dating correctly. Especially women. But both sides are not dating correctly. And both sides are fed misinformation. You know, women have these feminist books out here talking about some, and not even just feminist books, like dating books. They got books on game, and these motherfuckers are giving you they're getting game on top of what they already have. So this is why I'm telling you, take heed to what I'm saying on the show. They're not dating correctly. Both sides. And you have to understand is that, you know, they're taking what they can get. You have dudes taking what they can get from the game. You have women taking what they can get from the game. So you have to have a mouthpiece to coerce her into what she thinks she wants, or what you are talking about. Either or. Oh, well, I like a guy that does this, that, and the third. Oh, well, I'm the type of guy that does that. Oh, really? Yeah, of course. Want me to show you? Or sometimes you'll be like, well, this is what I'm doing. This is what I got going on. What's up with you? So there's two ways. She can either say, well, I like this, that, and the third, and I like you, to tell you what I like. And you're like, oh, well, you fit the same criteria of what I like. Let's chill. Same thing. I got this going on. What's up with you? Oh, I got this going on. Oh, okay, that's cool, you know. Blah, blah, blah. Now, both of y'all cooling. So, you have to know exactly what you're doing, but you have to practice humility. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take them too seriously, because usually the person that they portray themselves out in the beginning, they're not that. You understand what I'm saying? Or sometimes, if you choose right, they can be more than that. I'm just not saying people are out here bullshitting, but there's a lot of people out here bullshitting. So you have to use a type of adaptive. If you listen to what I'm talking about, you'll see that I'm mentioning a type of adaptable game. But sometimes, if you know what you're doing, you can take lead and go off in whatever direction that you want to do. Now, I'm giving you a disclaimer. Those tips and tools that you're going to be adding to your arsenal, this is up to you. You can use this for good, or you can use this for bad. and with with great responsibility, you know what comes with it. So what I'm saying is that your responsibility. I say your responsibility. You're responsible for the type of game that you employ using this type of game, And the thing is that this is the same game that you can employ and use to catch you a wife, to catch you a one night stand, to catch you just anybody. And when you understand exactly what you're doing, you will practice a certain amount of compassion with what you're talking about to actually really get to know someone. Whether you're playing games right now and then you're using these techniques and gambits and stuff, you can use it for a wrong reason, but when you use it for the right reason, you're getting results. You're getting who exactly she is, even though you're going to be judging. I tell people not to judge. People going to judge anyway. You're getting she's telling you who exactly she is, what's going on, and she's giving you information because you're pulling information. You guys are being real with each other. And if she's telling you things about her that coincide with what she's talking about, you have to understand is that you're getting to know the real her in ample time. Quick, really quick. Told by her and judged by you. So what I'm saying is that, essentially when you mastered the progression model, you're doing what's called speed seduction. It's speed seduction. And we didn't get into a talk about the whole pimp shit because we're not on the whole pimp tip. Shout outs to Brother Wise, man. He's dropping good videos on his page, so I suggest you go over there if you are over here looking for and pimps use this too. This shit is interchangeable. We explained that. Hoes get approached too, and hoes are people too. So you know what I'm saying. Shout outs to the game. I'm gonna go over that Black Ram joint in a second. I might cover it later on tonight, but we're gonna have this show out for y'all. It's Friday. Hopefully you guys stay in the house and study, or hopefully you guys go out a little bit later on tonight. Try some of these techniques and tactics. Definitely comment and email me. Let me know if you got a catch. I'll tell you where to take it from and how to move it from there. How to move your pieces on the chessboard. Definitely just try it. A lot of times it's gonna take practice and it's gonna take you learning how to enunciate what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So and definitely accuse her of shit. If she says something to you, just be like, man, wrong nigga, or say something, say something, have some type of backbone, say something, do shit, move around, add these techniques. I hope you took notes. Add these techniques to your game. This shit is interchangeable. You can do whatever you want to do with these shits, but definitely use them with caution, or pay attention to the responses that you're getting. That's where your answer is, and the responses that you're getting. So, shout outs to y'all. I don't think I'm gonna get into some more Key though. Shout outs to Key. But definitely use those techniques and stuff, and there will be and if you wanna refute any of it, make a response video. Tag me in it. I'm gonna start making response videos. So tag me in it. No, I did not. Well, no, I did. Because there was a video out where I said something about Joe News Lady. So, and I apologize for that. I apologize to Joe News Lady. So every once in a while I throw a jab at it. But anywho, it's Player Talk Radio. We are back in the building. If you have any questions, email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. That is playertalk8@gmail.com. If you want to donate, you can go over to PayPal and pay a player like shit. And send your donation to CUDAKID, the number 8 at yahoo.com. That's CUDAKID, the number 8 at yahoo.com. Some of y'all might be able to see it. There was a video I put up a brick ago. It was about, it's called DV versus real life. I know some people it's available to them on their computer. Some people it's not available to them on their cell phone. And sometimes that video pops up and pops out. That was when I was talking about the baseball player that assaulted his girlfriend in that hallway and stuff like that. And we kind of got into the whole NBA YoungBoy situation and the whole Ray Rice situation. And recently, Fabulous, he was in some shit. So, and I think I mentioned it on a past show, but we'll talk recently about that. I'm gonna see how that story pans out. So, let's get into it, man. We out the building. I might come back later and do the whole Black Ram joint. He's talking about, woman's nature again, which is pretty cool. I like Black Ram. Shout outs to him. Alright, y'all, so we out. Let's get into the mix. It's Player Talk Radio. Let's get it.
Damn son, yeah right. Hell son, yeah right. Hell son. Damn son, hero. Right, hell
You's a motherfucking
damn son, yeah. You just been cracked in the head with another DJ Young Cuda exclusive.
Liar, but think she the motherfucking world. You's a motherfucking liar. You's a motherfucking liar. Bitch, that purse ain't jerk. The man shots, them ain't real curve. You's a motherfucking liar. You don't suck dick, you don't swallow. You done took a couple pics, now you a model. You's a motherfucking liar. You acting the ass with your taxes, but when they roll around, you back relaxing. You's a motherfucking liar. You got a head full of yak and got the nerve to be in the club act. You only fuck with nigga money, but you a motherfucking booster. Her money ain't even what you used to. Petty ass hoes, freak ass, red ass hoes. I'm tired of you pathetic ass hoes. Heard the word rich. Where your kids, where your job? Where you live, what you do, where your car? Bitch, you got it bad, but wanna blame your baby dad. Know he gave it to you when he had it. Bitch, I heard you on fire. I don't wanna fuck you anyway. Health department might come get you any day. Bitch, you need to pray, cause you let anybody hit it. Fuck these hoes, man, they anybody bitches. You's a motherfucking liar. Bitch, that purse ain't jerk. The man shots, them ain't real curve. You's a motherfucking liar. You don't suck dick, you don't swallow. You done took a couple pics, now you a model. You's a motherfucking liar. You acting the ass with your taxes, but when they roll around, you back relaxing.
Oh my God. Cuda.
Got the nerve to be in the club acting. I just met this little bad bitch, and she say she don't fuck with niggas. But my nigga, he ain't already hit her. These bitches be confused. Heard you went half on some truths. Bitch, them ain't Jimmy Choo, them Jimmy Who's. This bitch was kinda famous. I ain't gonna lie, I tried to help her, but I see why last nigga left her. I gotta give respect, cause this bitch will write a check. Have a nigga fresh from his feet to his neck. Big shot ass hoe. Say you charge a nigga, but you begging. Trice for that hoe, sharing legs. Bitch, you need to pray, cause you let anybody hit it. Fuck these hoes, man, they anybody bitches. You's a motherfucking liar. Bitch, that purse ain't jerk. The man shots, them ain't real curve. You's a motherfucking liar. You don't suck dick, you don't swallow. You done took a couple pics, now you a model. You's a motherfucking liar. You acting the ass with your taxes, but when they roll around, you back relaxing. You's a motherfucking liar. You got a head full of yak and got the nerve to be in the club act. You's a motherfucking liar. I'm full of that motherfucking moet, and I'm just sick of these bitches.
See, you bitches getting in the real bitches' way, you know what I'm saying? You bitches interfering, you know what I mean? If you a real bitch, then I fuck with you. If you a real bitch, I know what's up with you. If you'll get money, hoe, you know I fuck with you. If you'll get money, bitch, yeah, I know what's up with you.